All right. So we're also going to use this opportunity to go over accessibility because this is where we add our content and to ensure that it's accessible. So let's see. The first thing that I suppose we could do is I'll come over here to pages. Now, this is our page index, and you'll notice that there's this little eyeball right here that is there with the slash through it. So this means that this is not visible to students. So let's see. All of the pages that are in here, the students won't be able to see this page index here. This is just for you. It's where you can keep all of your pages and create them without the students having access to them. And then once you've created your pages, you can add them to various modules. Um, so that is a nice way where you can create all of your content, and then the student experience would be up here in modules typically. So by default, this will be turned off, and that is the recommended workflow with developing in Canvas. Okay, so let me go ahead and I'll go back to pages here, and let's go ahead and view all pages. And then we'll create a new page. All right, let me move my Zoom stuff out of the way here, and I'll come over here and create a new page. Okay, so of course we have the page title here, and we'll just call this new page. Okay, and then down here, let's take a look here. So we have a menu bar. That's Canvas refers to this one as the menu bar, this one as the toolbar. So let's see, we have a bunch of different features here. If we click on these, you can see that it opens up into more options like so. And, honestly, even though some of these are the tools down here, when you're in the menu bar, you get a whole bunch of tools here as well. As you can see, they're really the same tools, a lot of them that are spread out across the toolbar. And some of these are going to be really familiar with you from working with Moodle, like our links and our images, adding media, adding documents, and so on. Okay, so obviously the first thing that we can do is we can type something in here. So I'll just go and say, hello world. Okay, now we've added, we've gone ahead and added some content here, and then I'll come on down and I notice I can save or I can save and publish. Now, if I save, that just of course saves the page and I can come back and edit it later. Saving and publish it will actually publish it, and then it will appear anywhere where you may have placed this. So if you're creating a page within a module, it's going to pop up within that module. So it's important to take note there. It's also important to take note of the fact that there is a published status within Canvas. So I can save this right now like so. It's not actually going to be published. And so it wouldn't actually be effective to, link to the students or anything like that. And so it's just something that you'll notice is always make sure that you can publish the content that you want published. I'll go ahead and click on the publish right here. Okay, so now this course or this page is published. I could add this to modules. So we've creatively called this new page. All right, so I'm going to come over here to my modules and let's see, maybe I'll just, well, let's come all the way down here. I think we actually created a module here the other day. New module. So let's go ahead and I'm moving my Zoom profile out of the way here. Okay, and we'll go ahead and create a new module and we'll just say module for new page. All right, go ahead and create that. And let's see. It should be right there at the bottom. Okay, so now we can actually add a page. I am going to make sure that this module is published. All right, now I can then add a page to my module. All right, so let's see. I'll go ahead and click on my plus symbol here. I am moving all my Zoom stuff out of the way, and I am going to add a page. Right, you can see I have a lot of pages in here. We have this new page, okay, like so. And now we have our page, and you can see that it is published, okay? And then we can always change those two, and we can also access the page again. So everything's nice and circular within Canvas, so I can actually come right here and select the edit button, and oh, it looks like I can just edit the title right here. All right. And if I get tripped up ever in here, please bear with me. We are also learning this platform as we go because it's quite new to all of us. Okay, so I click here and then select the edit button. Okay, and there we go. And now we are back where into our content area. All right, so let's go ahead and dive into a little bit of how to add content. So I've added some text right here, and this is paragraph text. And so, okay, so in order to, let's see, let's say I'm going to go ahead and just give this section title. Okay, I know it's not very creative. And then over here, I can add some content. Okay, and so I will just say hello content like so. And I'm going to go ahead and select this. And I'm going to copy and paste a couple of times and just make, a little chunk of content here like so. Whoop. Wow, okay. So select it again. All right. So I'm going to
And
add some content.
obviously you can do things like add links to other content, add pictures using that toolbar, right?
Absolutely. Yeah. And I'll add some right now. Yeah. So I have some content here. So just like in Moodle, what we want to do is we want to make sure that everything is sectioned off or divided up into sequential headings for accessibility purposes. We do that in Canvas by selecting this drop down right here, and I can choose the different headings right here. You can't choose heading 2 or heading 1 because heading 1 is already reserved for the title above right here. This is going to be the heading 1. And when I'm saying heading 1, heading 2, I'm referring to well, I'll go ahead and click on one of these here. Now it does make it look bigger, right? And you can section off like this, but it's also providing heading information on the HTML side over here, and screen readers will actually use this. And so we not only do this for the fact that it actually makes things more organized in the way we lay them out, it's actually good for it actually helps screen readers, people that use screeners or assistive technology like that, because it provides information on how the content is divided up by its relevancy. Okay, so and you can see how this is paragraph text. Now, this is a heading 2. If I want to expand on this in another subsection, then I would, I could say like section 2 right here. I would make that the next heading down. If this is an H2, I would make this one in heading 3, and we add more content and so on. One of the things that I think is important to point out at this point is doing this. Not only is it convenient for screen readers, it's actually convenient for everybody, and a really good way to measure whether or not your content is accessible is just think about the way Wikipedia is laid out, because this is exactly what Wikipedia does. And it's completely accessible, but it's also a very familiar format. It's pretty much the newspaper format. We've been viewing this for a really long time. People are used to it. It's good for everybody. We're all used to this type of a layout. And so doing this layout is not only beneficial for screen readers, it's actually beneficial for everybody. It's a really organized way to consume content. This is going to be, if you opened up the code and looked at it, this would be an H1 right here. And if we scroll down here, this history would be an H2 or a heading 2, and so on. And that's just simply a good way to lay out your content within the content editor. Now, so let's go ahead and talk about creating links. So accessible links should not say things like click here. It should also not say link. For example, link Glacier Park, because the screen reader itself will actually read the word link because it'll recognize that it is a link. And so it'll just be redundant by saying link Glacier Park. And so you don't want to actually put the word link in there, and you don't want to say click here or anything like that, because the way the screen reader actually compartmentalizes the various links on there, it'll actually just say click here, click here, click here. So you want to actually be quite descriptive. And so what you want to do is, let's go to right here, instead of doing something like this and just adding this link, oops, let me zoom out of the way, like so, a screen reader will be forced to listen to this. And so if they're actually going through your content and it hits right here, it's literally going to say https://www and so on. And then if you've seen those gigantic links that are out there, if you've ever linked anything off of Amazon, it's like a paragraph long link or something like that. It'll read all of that out, and and it's also really hard on the eyes for any of us, I think. So, but so what we want to do instead is we want to just say something like visit the visit the Glacier National Park website. So like so, you can actually just highlight Glacier National Park like so, come up here to the link, okay, and then hit external link, okay, and then just drop that in there. This makes it friendly for all of us. It makes it friendly for anyone using a screen reader, and it also just makes it friendly for everybody as we go. And as you can see in here, how terrible this website would look if all this blue text right here was just long links everywhere. And so that's what we want to avoid. Okay, next up here, let's go ahead and talk about adding images. So adding images, I'm gonna go ahead and open up this little image icon here. And speaking of, when we're dealing with the toolbar menu, go ahead and just hover over anything if you're not sure, and you get a tooltip. And so everything's going to be quite explanatory as we move through this, which is nice. So of course, links, images. Let me go ahead and select this image, and we will go ahead and upload an image. Okay, I picked out lots of really fun images, of course. Oh, it's springtime. We should probably do glacier lilies, right? They're all under snow right now, but we had some yesterday up here. It was really nice. Okay, so let's come down here to the alt text. This is the important part. So you want to describe your image, or it can be decorative. Some things to think about with the alt text is if you are using these images in a quiz, you might have to actually be creative in what you put in here for the alt text if you're wanting students to identify it, because you also have to be able to describe it. And so perhaps in this case, we didn't want to actually put glacier lilies, and you would put like yellow spring flowers or something like that. But just be aware that we have to be able to describe these here. We want to do that in every instance, even if we're doing that within a quiz. Okay. All right. And so in this case, I could just say yellow, okay, glacier lilies. Okay. All right. Oh boy, I'm just getting some stuff. Yeah. Okay. And then we can also have check it off for decorative. If we check it off for decorative, it will actually get skipped over. So you can do that if you have something, if you just want to put like some design elements in there, and it's absolutely information that doesn't have to be conveyed to everybody, then it is okay just to select decorative on there. But if it's providing any information that you want all of the students to have, then the alt text is very important for any of our friends that might use assistive technology. Yes.
Perfect timing for this question. Within some of my quizzes were transferred over from Moodle, I have some pictures. So would I put that picture, save it as in the files, and then link it through the course? Or should I use the web address when I'm linking? So I might have a quiz question to say, this example of this type of data collection sheet is, what is it? What can be used for? And so I want to have that example. So where should I store that? And then in order to put it in the quiz question. Does that make sense?
You can, I think so. So you can do either. You could link to it, or you can actually store that in your files. Yeah, if you're talking about an image or a PDF, if I'm following right, is that what you mean?
Yeah, an image, or sometimes there are even videos. So I'll say this is an example of whatever, and then it'll be in the quiz question.
Yeah.
I
So
guess if I put it in the course, then I'm sure it stays there, versus if I put it on the web address, that might change, right?
That's a very, very good point. The only thing I would caution would be uploading videos directly if there's any speaking on there. If you just upload the file to the Canvas files, there's not going to be an option for it to be properly captioned.
Okay.
And so in that sense, if you're linking to say like a YouTube video or a TED Talk or something out there that already has captions, I would probably take advantage of that. The other way you could do it would be to upload it to something like Panopto and then have the captions turned on. So,
Okay.
but if you're just like in this case, because I've got these flowers on here, if I wanted to show a video of these flowers, it was like identify these flowers. And it was a very short video because you don't want to upload too long of a video on a Canvas. I think that would be just fine to just audio descriptors or captions. If any of the other IDs has any other tips on that one, please let me know. I believe that's probably the best approach in that particular instance.
And that would go in Pages, right?
So that would actually
So here would be the example. So if your quiz question was, what flower is this? And you showed that picture, where would you store that picture? In Pages?
You'd store it right in files, actually. But if you store it in a page somewhere, you could link to that as well. It would
Okay,
still be
yeah, I guess it
stored
is a
in
file.
files.
Okay,
Yeah. Yeah.
okay,
In fact, once I do this, in fact, I can add another image after this. And so over here are the files, and you can just upload files in there. Okay.
okay,
So yeah, we could actually come down here. I could upload another image, and this time I would upload course images. That will take me to those files. And you can
okay,
see in here, I have all these other images that I've uploaded. Um, so again, I could just choose one here. This one's in my files, like so.
okay.
Yep. All right. Now this one here, because I just uploaded it directly, scroll up here and get this out of the way. There we go. I didn't have a chance yet to actually add the alternative text to that. So there's a chance this might actually catch it. See how it caught that? It did catch it. So let's go ahead. That's a great time to talk about this. When I trying to click out of here. Oh, okay. The X was blocked by Zoom. There we go. When I uploaded this image, it actually gave me a pop-up window that said like upload or fill out the alternative text. When I added it from my files, it's assuming that I've already adjusted the alternative text on there, or it just hasn't given me that opportunity. And so I was able to just upload, not the glacial ace, this fairy slipper. So I was able to upload this picture. Okay. So now my accessibility checker here is giving me this warning that I've done something wrong, which is actually pretty nice. So if I click on that, it says that the only information it had was flower1.jpg, which is what the file was called. And it knows that that's probably not suitable to just have the alternative text be the name of the file. And so it's letting you know to go ahead and fix this. Okay. So I can, oh my goodness, it's me, my spelling today. Okay. Fairy slipper orchid. Okay. All right. Now I can go ahead and apply that. All right. And now I have no more accessibility dings, which is nice. That's what that little symbol is right there. Okay. All right. So let's go ahead and do I have my links in here as well? I do. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and save this now and we'll take a look. Okay. There we go. We have some content. And again, this is in a new page and I've been editing this, but if we go back over to the modules and scroll down, we can see that looks like we're way down here at the bottom because I have a lot of content. It has been updating it inside of the module and it's ready to go. So let's go ahead, just because you asked that, I want to go ahead and make sure, let's go ahead and go into my files. And here I have, these different files right here. And you can see if I open this up, I have course images right here. All right, I can add more images to here. And I'm assuming that when I upload my images, assuming when I upload my image right now, I'm going to go ahead and upload an image. We'll go ahead and we'll pick a new image. We'll pick this Trillium. Okay. All right, so that's good to know. It did not ask me to include it did not ask me to include the alternative text. So now this is actually sitting with this terrible title of image 4861 copy.jpg. So again, when we add that through pages, that's something that we are going to want to make sure and adjust. And again, because it's such an obnoxious name right here, the accessibility checker will catch it, just like it caught it with the flower1.jpg, which is not a suitable name for an image for your students. Okay, now let's see, I'm going to click on any of these other random things that we might use, like announcements. Okay. And if I want to create an announcement, I just want to point out here that if I open this up, I have that rich text editor again. And so this thing is built, it's all throughout Canvas. So if you just get comfortable with adding this content, it's going to be everywhere. And so, yeah, and so this is also going to be in quizzes, in discussions, and yeah, anywhere that you might have to enter any content. And it's all going to be the same like this, and it's all going to be linked to your files, and everything's going to come together like that. Yes, did you have another question?
Oh, no, I just didn't. There we
Oh,
go.
okay. Sounds good. Sounds good. Okay. So that is a quick rundown of the rich content editor. Let's see. Other things that I know we just have a few minutes left here. An important to point out is that we have some plugins that some of you might use on a regular basis, such as Panopto. And you can see we have that same, it looks like the recycle symbol right here. This is our link to Panopto, and you can actually record and upload videos straight through here. And this is actually linked right to your Panopto video library. And so anything that you upload in here, you can then open up in your Panopto video library. And that actually has a lot of great accessibility tools that are integrated into it, like turning on auto captions. And the auto captions are quite good. I found them to be a lot better than YouTube's. They actually add punctuation, and it seems to be a bit more accurate. And so I think it's a really good tool to use for accessibility. And of course, you can also record your own videos as well using the Panopto Capture. But that's something that's you're going to find right here on the editor. And other than that, I think the best thing to do is just go through and hover over each one of these and just give them a try. It's really kind of basic text formatting stuff that you would expect from Microsoft Word, really, or the Moodle text editor. So, yeah, scrolling down here, I think another thing to notice is we can actually add attachments outside of the content. So for adding content in here, we are actually adding it to our written content. But you can also attach files. So if you want to attach a PDF that's supplementary to the content you're adding, this is where you would do that. And so you can, again, and when you open this up, you can actually add files directly like so. And I believe you can also, well, excuse me, I was expecting to actually have the option to open it up and also access my files as well within the content or within Canvas. Also, please note that you can also decide where you want to post these to. So I'm going to go ahead and post that into a demo like so. And yeah, and I have not actually explored any of these, but I suppose we can also delay posting as well. So we can also put dates on things as well. So when we can finish it, publish it, and then actually choose when we want it to go live. And yeah, so I guess while we're here, do you have any questions or anything about the editor specifically that you'd like to go over?
If I'm not set up into the Panopto system, can I use that Panopto editor, or do I need to do that externally first?
So you are set up in the Panopto system though.
Okay.
Yep. It's
So I
yeah,
can just
so
go right in there and record my intro and put it right in there, and it will, okay.
you sure can. Yeah, and in fact, if you yep, you can. We are in the process of merging the Panopto video library from your NetID to the new one with your 790. Right now, you absolutely can do that. But while you're doing that, if you are looking for past semester videos or something like that, please feel free to email me and I can move videos and help you sort out because we're in the middle of merging those accounts right now. But for your summer course, absolutely, you can just come here and just open up the editor right now and just record your videos in there. And
Okay.
yeah, if you have any questions about how to use Panopto, feel free to reach out to me. There's a lot of neat things you can do with it. So you can integrate your PowerPoints in a couple of different ways. And the chapter search function in it, I think, is really nice. And then the accessibility features they're simply better than YouTube's. And I think that in itself is a good reason to pursue it.